Morgan, tell me about Max Reno. I'll let you talk, but I thought he did a great job on the glass as well tonight.
He totally did. I mean, seriously, going into this game knowing that, hey, you're going to be on Alperen Şengün, what are you going to do with him tonight? Well, there was challenges.
Yeah.
It was hard, but you saw him just try and switch it up throughout this game. Try to meet him up a little bit earlier. It was still very difficult, but the other things he was doing, like you said, on the glass, the 14 rebounds, 10 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive boards, making his shots, 12 points, 6 of 12 from the field. Deuce, Max has shown us game after game after game. It doesn't matter how big the team is that they are playing against. He is ready for this position in the NBA.
Yeah, I thought his second half was a lot better than the first half. You know, Şengün is a talented player. This guy is an all-star level player, and he's got some amazing footwork and spins that I think could be challenging for a rookie to deal with. But what I was looking for is a little more physicality, especially inside. You mentioned with the rebounding, it was there. Rebounding was the difference in this game tonight.
Yes.
The Kings crushed them on the glass.
Yeah,
and this
did.
is a phenomenal rebounding team. They got more overall rebounds. They got more offensive rebounds than Houston tonight. So I thought that was critical, and Max played a big role in that.
Yeah, Max and company, and he was part of that unit. Like you said, when it was 100-86, Kings down by 14, they went on a 12-0 run, Deuce, ignited this crowd. What did you see during that run?
I love seeing just paint touches right there. Schroder getting into the paint and decisive moves. Keegan was phenomenal too.
Yeah,
he had 10 points in the fourth quarter and probably needed some more touches, but seeing him get it going from downtown, I thought was big, Morgan.
Yeah, we needed to see him knock down those threes, Kyle. And so for him to go 3 of 4 from 3-point land, 26 points. But you guys, it's how he was generating so many of these shots. Even if it was a nice screen from Max Reno and the way he would come off of it perfectly, he would time it out. You're seeing a little bit more chemistry and guys connecting out there and really just understanding their timing even on the offensive end.
Yeah, hoping to hear from Doug Christie coming up in a minute. Of course, we will hear and talk about Keegan Murray. We got to talk about him because during that run, it was Keegan Murray. If I'm correct, he went on a personal 8-0 run that got the Kings back into this. More Postgame Live coming up after this timeout. And the Kings light the beam here at home, 125-124 in overtime against the Rockets. As we take a look at some final numbers, Deuce mentioned those rebounds. Kings winning that battle 55-47. Also, 19 offensive rebounds for the Kings. And as we know, offensive rebounding is all about hustle, energy, want. And the Kings did that. Let's get to the River Rock Daily Jackpot. And we got to give some love to Keegan Murray tonight. He had the toughest assignment, Deuce, on the floor, and he was still able to score 26 points tonight.
47 minutes in this game, too. And he's trying to take on Kevin Durant, as you mentioned. Seeing him knock down some threes could be so big for his confidence. He hasn't shot it well from downtown. People freaking out about it. Now, this guy's a player, and he brings it defensively. And to see him not listen to the noise, just go out and play your game. He was phenomenal in this game.
And guys, he knocked down his free throws, 5 for 5 at the free throw line. And I say it like that because the Kings as a team, not so good at the line tonight. 25 of 36, just missed a lot there. But Keegan was getting things done everywhere. It didn't matter if he was attacking, shooting from the outside. And like we've already mentioned, on the defensive end, his presence was needed out there. And you saw so many times when he was out there, the defense just shifting back and forth, especially with that second unit. They were doing a good job of just moving everywhere and trusting one another.
Yeah, I love the effort he gave even before Durant had the ball, fighting through the screens, that kind of thing. I mean, he was doing it all. And I'm looking at the offensive numbers, guys, and I was thinking throughout the game, this team is different when Keegan is contributing in a part of the offense, Deuce. I know you talked about you'd like to see him get some more looks there during that run in the fourth quarter. Is that the difference? Could that be a big difference for this team? When Keegan's offensively getting the rock and being what we saw at 26 tonight, that could change things for us.
You think about when Keegan was really impactful offensively his rookie year, and he was asked to do a lot more of a catch-and-shoot guy. He was playing an offense where they shared the ball and played with pace. And what do you know? When he's at his best on this team, it's when they share the ball and play with pace. He has worked on his game offensively so much, and you see it. Now he's got to knock down shots, but I think part of it is making sure the Kings consistently get him involved into the action and make sure they're getting into the paint. Make sure they're making the defense move around a little bit. They don't do that consistently enough. We saw it more in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has to be their intentions, basically, Kyle. It's just the intent needs to be like, get Keegan Murray the basketball.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't force it, but I'm with you, especially late in this game when it felt like at times the intention wasn't there. It was like, all right, let's go back to maybe who can go in ISO, who can play hero ball. No. Find Keegan, let him cook.
Hey, our other rookie, Nick Clifford, he got another solid game when it comes to minutes, 27 minutes tonight for Nick Clifford. Morgan, I'm going to come to you with this one. Filled up the stat sheet a little bit, 6 and 4 when it comes to rebounds and assists.
And my favorite thing about tonight's game, those 4 assists, just the way that he was seeing the floor, right? Like even this, pushing the ball up the floor, the nice little bounce pass to Russ, leading him in transition. And then on the defensive end, not only holding his own, I feel like he's been playing a lot more disciplined on that end of the floor. So he's not just getting in foul trouble every single game, not just getting those calls. He's still able to be active, be physical, and play defense like he needs to.
And it's also his rookie year where he is playing a second night of a back-to-back, getting used to playing more minutes. Yeah. The shots maybe weren't falling, but can you find other ways to impact the game? And I felt like he did that in those minutes tonight.
Yeah, he did, and so did DeMar DeRozan, 27 points, 9 assists for DeMar. Here he is after the game.
Hey, DeMar, it took a team effort, everybody doing something in that game. Just how much did you guys need that after the last couple of games?
We needed it bad. Last couple of games been tough, been, overly frustrating just because we know how close we was. Being in the game, should have pulled out the game. But, coming in, home floor, back-to-back versus a very good Western Conference team, it was big. We needed that.
DeMar, you guys haven't had very many close games this year, but with the experience that you have on the team, obviously with yourself, but some of the other vets, just what is your confidence level late in games of you guys being able to execute?
When you get down there, late game, when it's close, got the utmost confidence that we could put out a victory, with the experience, not just for myself, with a lot of other guys that love those big moments. We definitely, become extremely confident.
You had the battle back in Portland to force overtime, the battle back tonight in the fourth quarter to force overtime. What are you noticing with what this group is starting to figure out to make those pushes late in games?
Just being resilient, just taking on a challenge, whatever that may be. If it's defensively, trying to tighten up, be better. Offensively, we just pulling together. It sucks with us having the record we have, but, only way to get ourselves out of this hole is, keep digging.
All right, the Kings can celebrate this one, but then they got the Eastern Conference best team rolling in, the Detroit Pistons. We'll preview it next here on Postgame Live. They're staying home on Tuesday. That's right. They take on the Detroit Pistons, 22-6 this season. Best team in the Eastern Conference, and they got an MVP candidate in Cade Cunningham. The dude is playing lights out, Morgan. I know we got to look ahead, but can we at least enjoy this for 48 before we get to that one?
Why do we have to get to this?
I know, right?
Cade will be coming off a triple-double, too, against the Hornets. And not only that, this Detroit Pistons team scored 66 points in the paint against the Hornets to their 28. Yeah. Again, a team that is just so good in so many different ways, but also with so many good individuals. And another Thompson twin.
That's right.
I know.
Right. Yeah, Jalen Duren's been awesome for them this year. All of a sudden, he's averaging 18 points a game. But they're one of the best defensive teams in the league, and another tough team, another team that's so elite at rebounding. So it's going to be another tough challenge. But, hey, Kings out-rebound this team tonight.
Is this why something we can bottle up, you think, guys? Whether it's the lineups or, real quick, too. Yeah. I know Malik Monk we saw tonight. Like, that's what kind of night it was.
He made a cameo appearance.
He got a bucket out there. I mean, and we'll see if he plays on Tuesday. But, Morgan, do you think this is something, a rotation, an effort level that this team, it clicks? Because we've seen them win before and then it go back.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see so many different things still, because I don't think this team is necessarily a good team in the NBA. But can they keep growing off of this same effort, this same compete level? We've now seen it 3 games in a row, and now it's translated into a win against the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be challenging, obviously, but I think as you see these young guys grow and you see them start playing the style that they want to play, maybe they can show something.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, the Kings get the win in overtime. They battle back. They were down 100-86 on a 12-0 run, and they outscored the Rockets 39-24 to end this game as they get their 7th win of the season. We'll see you Saturday at 6:30, Tuesday, when the Kings take